Hello everyone and welcome to another master class. In this lesson we shall learn about polynomials. The topics to be covered are: what is the difference between a variable and a constant? When do we call a constant a coefficient? What is a polynomial? What are the different types of polynomials? What do you understand by like terms and unlike terms? How do you identify the degree of a polynomial? What is the standard form, coefficient form and index form of polynomial? And how do we convert from one form to another? Let's begin with variables. A variable is a quantity which can change or vary. Its value is not fixed. At different times a variable can have different values. Variables are usually denoted in mathematics with the small letter x, y, z and so on. A variable is also called a literal. A constant, on the other hand, is a quantity which does not change or vary. All numbers are therefore constants. Examples of constants are 3, -5, 57 and so on. Since any real number is a constant, numbers like 1.56, 5/9, square root of 5 or cube root of 2 are also constants. When a constant is multiplied by a variable, the constant is known as the coefficient of the variable. In the term 6x, 6 is known as the coefficient of x. What is a polynomial? A polynomial is an expression consisting of two or more terms of variables and constants joined together by addition or subtraction, where the exponents of the variables are whole numbers like 0, 1, 2 and so on. An example of a polynomial of a single variable is x squared minus 4x plus 7. For an expression to be considered as a polynomial, it must have at least one variable, addition or subtraction if there is more than one term, and the exponents or powers of the variables must be in whole numbers like 0, 1, 2 and so on. Here is an example of a polynomial. As can be seen, there is a variable, in this case y. All the exponents of the variable are in whole numbers, in this case 4, 2, 1 and 0. And each term of the polynomial is joined to the other by an addition or a subtraction sign. Therefore, 3y raised to 4 plus 12y squared minus 5y plus 9 is a polynomial. We shall now see what are like terms. The terms of a polynomial having the same variable and the same exponent or power are known as like terms. Examples of like terms are below. 6x squared and minus 4x squared are like terms. Similarly, 2/3 of y and 4/7 of y are also like terms. What are unlike terms? The terms of a polynomial whose variable or exponent are different are known as unlike terms. Example of unlike terms are shown below. 6x cube and minus 4x square are unlike terms because the exponents here are different. On the other hand, 2/3x and 4/7y are unlike terms because here the variables are different. In one case it is x and in the second case it is y. The importance of like terms can be seen if we note that they can be simply added or subtracted by adding or subtracting their coefficients. We can see a couple of examples here. In the first example, we can see that we can add 6x squared with 4x squared simply by adding 6 and 4 to get 10x squared. Similarly, we can subtract 4x squared from 6x squared by simply subtracting 4 from 6 to get 2x squared. In the third example, the variable is y. Here 2/3y can be added to 5/3y by simply adding the coefficients of y together. Therefore, 2/3y plus 5/3y will give 7/3y. We shall now study what is known as the degree of polynomial. The highest power of the variable in a polynomial is called as the degree of the polynomial. In the polynomial 6x square plus 8x minus 7, the highest power of the variable is x square. Therefore, the degree of this polynomial is 2. Similarly, in 3z raised to 4 plus 6z cube minus z square, the highest power of the variable is z raised to 4. Therefore, the degree of this polynomial is 4. If a polynomial has more than one variable, then the highest sum of the powers of each term of the polynomial is called the degree of the polynomial. Let us understand this with the help of an example. In the polynomial 6x square y plus 8xy cube minus 6xy, we see that there are two variables. In the first term, 6x squared y, the sum of the powers of the variables are 2 from the x squared plus 1 from the y, giving a total of 3. In the second term, 8xy cube, the sum of the powers of the variables are 1 from the x plus 3 from the y cubed, giving a total of 4. In the third term, minus 7xy, the sum of the powers of the variables are 1 from the x plus another 1 from the y, giving a total of 2. The highest sum of the powers is 4, which occurs in the second term. Therefore, the degree of this polynomial in variables x and y is 4. We shall now learn how to classify polynomials according to their different types. One way of classifying a polynomial is based on how many terms are there in the polynomial. If there is only one term in the polynomial, it is called as a monomial. Examples of monomials are 5y minus 11z cube or x square. If there are two terms in the polynomial separated by a plus or a minus sign, it is known as a binomial. Examples of binomials are 5y plus 6, z cube minus 10z square, or x square plus 8x. If there are three terms in the polynomial separated by a plus or a minus sign, it is known as a trinomial. Examples of trinomials are y squared plus 2y plus 6, 9z cube minus 10z square plus z. Another way of classifying polynomials is according to their degree. If the degree of the polynomial is 1, then it is called as a linear polynomial. Examples of linear polynomials are 5y plus 6 or 8x plus 3. If the degree of the polynomial is 2, then it is called as a quadratic polynomial. Examples of quadratic polynomials are 5y squared plus 6, x squared plus 8x plus 3, or z square. If the degree of the polynomial is 3, then it is called as a cubic polynomial. Examples of cubic polynomials are 5y cube plus 6, 2x cube plus 4x square plus 7x plus 3. We now come to what is known as the general form of a polynomial. The general form of a polynomial in variable x is as follows: an x raised to n plus a n minus 1 raised to the power of x minus 1 plus a n minus 2 x raised to the power of n minus 2, and so on till we come to a2 x square, a1x and a0. In this polynomial, x is a variable. We could also have used any other variable such as y or z. an minus 1, an minus 2, and so on up to a2, a1 and a0 are constants and can be any real number including 0. These constants are known as the coefficients of the terms. These constants could also have been negative, in which case the sign between successive terms would be negative. The highest power of the variable is x raised to n. Therefore, n is known as the degree of the polynomial. When a polynomial is written in descending powers of the variable, it is known as standard form. 3z raised to 4 plus 6z cube minus z square Here the polynomial is written in descending powers of the variable z. Hence it is in standard form. The polynomial 13x raised to 4 plus 3x raised to 5 minus x raised to 6 must be written in descending powers of the variable x, like minus x raised to 6 plus 3x raised to 5 plus 13x raised to 4 to make it in standard form. We will now learn what is meant by the index form of a polynomial. Sometimes a polynomial has some terms missing. In other words, the coefficients of these terms is 0. In the polynomial 3z raised to 5 plus 6z cube minus z square plus 4, we will notice that there is no term in z raised to 4 or z. To make it in index form, we must therefore rewrite it as follows: 3z raised to 5 plus 0z raised to 4 plus 6z cube minus z square plus 0z plus 4. The polynomial minus x raised to 6 plus 3x raised to 5 plus 13x raised to 4 plus 9 can be rewritten as minus x raised to 6 plus 3x raised to 5 plus 13x raised to 4 plus 0x cube plus 0x square plus 0x plus 4 to make it in index form. We will now learn what is meant by the coefficient form of a polynomial. Variables such as x, y or z are usually used to represent some quantities. It is not very important as to which variable is used. Therefore, we can write a polynomial by listing its coefficients. The polynomial 3z raised to 5 plus 6z cube minus z square plus 4 can be written in the coefficient form as 3, 0, 6, minus 1, 0, 4. To write a polynomial in coefficient form, we must simply list the coefficients of the polynomial within brackets separated by commas. Since there are 6 terms in the coefficient form, the degree of the polynomial is 5. We are now coming to the end of this master class. Let us do a quick recap of what we have learned so far. You should now be able to identify a polynomial and its different types, know what are like terms and unlike terms, state the degree of a polynomial, and convert a polynomial from one form to another. In case any of the above points are not clear, please feel free to watch the video again. To watch other videos, please click on the playlist. To visit the masterclass channel, click on the round logo. Don't forget to subscribe and also ring the bell to be notified immediately when a new video is uploaded. Thank you for watching this video.